There's this Christian megachurch in North Carolina. It's called Elevation Church, and it's run by this guy, Pastor Stephen Furtick. And he's in the news a lot because he makes a lot of money and no one really knows where all this money is coming from. But he was in the news recently because everyone found out that his church was participating in something called spontaneous baptisms. And basically, a lot of these megachurches, they love putting up tally marks of how many people they've saved and how many people they've baptized. And one way to boost those numbers is to peer pressure people into getting baptized if they're not already. And so the way they did this, and the church actually put out an entire guide to help other churches learn how to do this, is they said during a sermon, you're basically going to tell everyone, we have everything ready for you to get baptized right now. And if you haven't been saved, we want you to stand up and come forward, and we're going to save you right now, and we'll give you the clothes you need to wear, and we will take pictures so that your family can have a record of this and everything. So come on up and get baptized now. And that's the spontaneity to the whole thing. But here's one of the problems with that. It turns out in the guide, it says when you say that, there should be volunteers planted in the audience to automatically get up and lead the charge to get baptized. Basically, they have shills in the audience faking the baptism so that other people can be peer pressured into doing it as well. And I mean, that's just giving people like me ammo, because it's like, are you really that unconvincing that you have to plant people in the audience to get baptized? Are your sermons so unconvincing that the only option you have left in your toolbox is to plant people there so others will just follow them? And it even got worse, because in the guidebook, it said, you know, when they finally come out to get baptized, don't let the old people go first. Let the young people go first. So everyone thinks, oh, the young, cool people want to get baptized. That'll really make me want to get baptized. And it's funny because the few times they've done this at Elevation Church, all of a sudden their baptism numbers went through the roof. And of course, that's the sort of number they're going to throw in when they're making a pitch to donors. Like, look why you should give money to our church. Look at how many people got baptized here. Look at how many people are saved. And it's basically saying it's okay to lie as long as it's for Jesus. But the whole thing, I mean, yeah, it ought to give Christians a bad feeling in their chest, but it also makes me a little disturbed because it just proves that they're not really selling anything worth buying. That they're not giving you anything that's honestly worth changing your life over. Because if they were honest, if they said, you know, here's why you should get saved and here's why you should get baptized, when they did that, they have a couple people, a handful of people do it every year. Nothing to brag about, certainly if you're a Christian. But when they lie about it and they plant people in the audience and they fake it, they have hundreds, maybe even thousands of people doing it. And it just goes to show, like, these people are selling you a lie. Why would you want to be a part of a church or even a larger group of churches that would participate in this sort of thing when they're just demonstrating to you right up front that they can't be honest about what it is they preach and why they want you to be a part of their faith? The whole notion of spontaneous baptism just says you can't give people time to think about whether they want to get baptized. You can't give them a choice. You just got to make them do it there and now without any thinking, only reacting. Because I guess if you thought about whether you wanted to get baptized, you wouldn't do it. You know, and if I were an honest person, I would say, well, if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. But if I'm a pastor of this church, I would say, who cares? We need to boost our numbers. Let's just, let's not give them a choice. Let's just put people next to them who will stand up and get baptized, and maybe it will coerce them into doing it. I'm very tempted now, though, to send a bunch of atheists to Elevation Church, and then in the middle of the sermon, maybe all those atheists can just stand up and spontaneously walk out of the service, and maybe everyone else will follow, since that's apparently what they do in North Carolina. My name is Hemant Mehta, and I write at friendlyatheist.com. Please leave your comments below, and we will check them out.